Meet Eugenia Cooney, a well-known social media personality, renowned for her petite frame and delicate features. With a unique style that's all her own, Eugenia has captured the hearts of thousands across the globe. Her delicate aura combined with her vibrant personality has amassed a large, diverse following. She's not just a pretty face on your feed, she's a trendsetter, a fashion icon, and a beacon of creativity in the digital world. Her influence stretches far and wide, touching the lives of numerous admirers who look up to her for inspiration. Yet beneath her enchanting online persona, Eugenia is as human as any of us, with fears, hopes, and a burning desire to make a difference. But Eugenia's online fame took a dark turn when she stumbled upon a disturbing post on social media. A young girl's post, detailing her horrific encounter with a group of men she described as vampires, caught Eugenia's attention. This was no ordinary post. The girl's words echoed with fear and trauma, painting a chilling picture of her experience. It was as if the girl had reached out from the screen, grabbed Eugenia by the hand, and pulled her into a world she never knew existed. Eugenia was struck by a wave of empathy. She could feel the girl's terror, her helplessness. It was as if she was looking into a mirror, reflecting not her own image, but the fear-stricken face of this young girl. And so, Eugenia made a decision. She would not stand by and watch as innocent lives were shattered. She was determined to delve deeper into this dark world, to understand who these so-called vampire rapists were, and what they were capable of. And delve, she did. Hours turned into days, and days into weeks as Eugenia found herself caught in a web of horror and disbelief. She read countless stories, each one more terrifying than the last. Each victim had a different face, a different name, but their stories were eerily similar. They described their attackers as charming, mesmerizing even, only to reveal their monstrous nature when it was too late. As Eugenia dug deeper, she discovered that these were not your typical vampires from the movies. They did not have fangs or a thirst for blood. Instead, they were real men, hiding behind a facade of normalcy. They were predators, preying on the innocent, leaving behind a trail of broken lives. What she discovered was beyond horrifying. These were not mythical creatures, but real men preying on the innocent. They were monsters, hiding in plain sight, their heinous deeds shrouded in silence. But Eugenia was determined to break that silence, to shed light on the darkness, and to fight back. The journey had only just begun. Eugenia knew she couldn't stand by and do nothing. She decided to take action against these monsters. Faced with the harsh reality of these so-called vampire rapists, Eugenia felt a deep-seated need to make a difference. She realized she wanted to be more than a bystander, more than a voice on social media. She wanted to be a defender, a protector. So she started training. She dove into rigorous workouts, pushing her petite frame to the limits. Every lift, every squat, every mile she ran was fueled by her determination to protect herself and others. She was getting buff, not for vanity but for protection. Her delicate features began to give way to a stronger, more robust physique. She was transforming, not just physically but mentally too. With every bead of sweat, she was honing her resolve. With every muscle ache, she was building her strength. With each passing day, she was becoming more prepared to face the monsters that lurked in the dark corners of society. She was becoming a defender. But it wasn't just about physical strength. Eugenia knew she needed knowledge. She began researching self-defense techniques, learning how to protect herself and others. She learned how to spot the signs of danger, how to react, how to fight back. She armed herself with knowledge, her most powerful weapon. Eugenia's transformation was inspiring. It was a testament to her courage, her determination, her will to fight against the evil that had terrified her. She was no longer just an internet personality, she had become a symbol of resilience and bravery. But little did she know, her journey was just beginning. Her transformation had caught the attention of others who were also fighting against the same evil. Her journey took an unexpected turn when she received a message from a renowned vampire hunter, Mama Max. Mama Max, a tough, rugged vampire hunter, had been tracking the vampire rapists for years and believed Eugenia could be a valuable ally. Eugenia, our petite fighter, was thrown into a whirlwind of thoughts. Mama Max was no ordinary person. He was a seasoned vampire hunter, a man who had seen the darkest corners of humanity and yet chose to fight against it. His voice, a blend of grit and determination, was as intimidating as it was captivating. Eugenia found herself wrestling with doubt. Could she really team up with someone as formidable as Mama Max? But as she pondered over this, she remembered the young girl from the social media post and the countless others like her. Their faces, their stories, their pain, it all echoed in Eugenia's mind. And then it hit her. The same passion that drove her to transform herself, to become a defender, was what fueled Mama Max. They were kindred spirits, united by a common goal, to protect the innocent from these monstrous predators. So, Eugenia made her decision. She reached out to Mama Max and agreed to join forces with him. Together they would make a formidable team, a beacon of hope for those living in fear. Their alliance was more than just a partnership. It was a statement, a promise to all those who suffered at the hands of these vampire rapists, that they were not alone, that someone was standing up for them, fighting for them. But this newfound partnership was not to go unchallenged. An ominous shadow loomed in the horizon, a man by the name of Nicholas D'Orio, a sinister figure who worshipped these vampires and would stop at nothing to protect them. He was a roadblock, a hurdle they had to overcome. However, their mission wasn't going to be easy, especially with the evil Nicholas D'Orio standing in their way. Eugenia and Mama Max knew they had a tough battle ahead of them. Nicholas D'Orio, a man who worshipped the vampires, was determined to stop them. Now, our heroes were up against more than just the vampire rapists. This wasn't just about the monsters that lurked in the dark anymore. It was about those who enabled them, those who turned a blind eye, and those like D'Orio, who actively worked to protect them. The fight was no longer just physical, but ideological too. But Eugenia and Mama Max were not deterred. They knew the path to justice would be thorny, but they were prepared to walk it. Every day, they trained, strategized, and researched, sharpening their skills and knowledge for the battles to come. Eugenia's transformation from a petite internet personality to a formidable defender was inspiring. Her determination was unwavering. She was no longer just working out to protect herself, but to protect others too. Every push-up, every punch, every drop of sweat was a testament to her resolve to bring the vampire rapists to justice. Mama Max, the seasoned vampire hunter, found an unlikely yet strong ally in Eugenia. He admired her tenacity, her courage, and her unwavering spirit. Together they made an unbeatable team, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. The challenges they faced were many. D'Orio was cunning and ruthless, always a step ahead, always throwing hurdles their way. But every obstacle only made them stronger, every setback only fueled their resolve. They knew they were up against powerful enemies, enemies who hid behind a facade of charm and charisma, enemies who used fear as a weapon. But they also knew that they had something these monsters didn't. They had the truth on their side, and they had each other. Despite the odds, Eugenia continues to fight, standing strong in her mission to protect the innocent and bring the vampire rapists to justice. Nicholas D'Orio, a staunch supporter of the vampire rapists, was ready to go to any lengths to stop Eugenia and Mama Max. His determination was ruthless, his methods unscrupulous. He was a man who believed in ends justifying the means, even if those means involved harm, manipulation, and deceit. His tactics were chillingly similar to those of Derek Chauvin, the man infamous for his complete disregard for human life. His strategies were not just aimed at defeating Eugenia and Mama Max, but at breaking their spirits, at making them question their mission, their beliefs, their very selves. He was a man who used fear as a weapon, a man who reveled in the power he held over others. But Eugenia and Mama Max were not oblivious to the danger they were in. They knew the enemy they were up against. They knew the lengths he would go to, the depths he would stoop to protect the monsters he worshipped. But this knowledge did not deter them. Instead, it only strengthened their resolve. They knew they were up against a ruthless enemy, but they also knew that they were fighting for a cause that was bigger than themselves, bigger than their fears, bigger than any obstacle D'Orio could throw their way. Despite the looming threat of Nicholas D'Orio, Eugenia and Mama Max remain undeterred. Their resolve is only strengthened by the challenges they face. They know the path ahead is fraught with danger, but they also know that they have each other, and they have the truth on their side. And as long as they have those, they will not back down.